Hey everybody, we are going to do a starseed reading. So if you identify as a light worker or a starseed or an indigo child, that you came into this lifetime feeling higher vibration, you are in the right place. Oh, look at that. All right, popping right out already. These cards are so thick, but I love them. And they are actually, I will tell you who they are. They are Beyond Lemuria by Izzy Ivy. All right, so let's see what we've got. So the seamless unspeakable. The seamless unspeakable. This makes me feel like the law of correspondence, as above, so below, as within, so without. Look at that. So for many of you, there has been a lot of trials, tribulations, dramas and traumas that you've been going through for a long time. For many of you, we're looking at, some 19 years, some 7 years, some 3 years. So this is about you coming into real connection with who you are, and maybe unlike you have before in this lifetime, that you really are stepping into your true divinity, your true magnificence, that you are feeling the light within. And it's allowing you to put up the boundaries and to walk away from the things that have been really taking away from you. So a lot of you, there's been some walking away, there's been some divorce, there's been some breakup, there's been some new job, there's been some letting go of a job, letting go of a passion, letting go of a career, because that really isn't serving you anymore. And that's what this feels like, that you really are coming into what is for you, and you're going to mirror on the outside of your experience in this life what has been going on within you. So for some of you, you're going to be sharing your gifts and talents in a way that you never have yet. You are leveling up. So it's really, really important to not discount that passion, not discount that creativity, not discount that feeling. Because for many of you, it's going to be uncomfortable. It is going to want you to go outside of where you are right now. And maybe stepping really outside of where you have been. So it's going to be very important to go within. Because it's time to surrender the how and the when. We don't always know. We never really know the how or the when. Sometimes we have an idea. But for the most part, this is divinely guided. Divine timing is the right time. So for some of you that have stepped out of or are stepping out of things that were really long-standing, that you're being called to make those big changes, you may not know when you're going to get the support that you need in a big way. I mean, for many of you, sorry about that. For many of you, oh, look at that. I'm just a hot mess, guys. Sorry about that. For many of you, the how and the when, it's not important. Because what you need is going to show up when you need it. Each step of the way, you're going to get the support that you need. So letting go of, is it going to show up the way I want it to? Is it going to show up the way I expect it to? Probably not. But I'm going to have it when I need it. And also surrendering to that nudge, surrendering to that bigger idea. Because for many of you, you want to control your situation, you want to control the outcome. And we can't. We have to be guided. We have to get into alignment for what is for us at this time. And right now, there's a lot of energy in the universe that is guiding you and nudging you and showing you the way, but you've got to surrender, because it's going to ask you to make changes. And if you don't make them when it's asked, you'll probably get dumped out of situations that will make things very, very uncomfortable. Yeah, because this is all beyond the ego, beyond the mind. This is all getting into awareness of what is for you. I just posted a poster on Facebook. Eckhart Tolle says, ego and awareness cannot coexist. And that's exactly what I'm feeling for this card. Everything is synchronicity. So beyond the mind, it's about dropping down into your heart, feeling what is for you, allowing yourself to surrender to the process, the nudges, the inspiration, the spirit-inspired action, and get into what is for you, taking the steps along your path. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's journey is different. So you have to take the steps that are right for you, but they're being communicated. They're being communicated. You're being empowered. It is time. And for many of you, it is going to feel very vulnerable. Very vulnerable. Because when you're making big changes, when you're taking the spirit-inspired action, you feel unsure, you feel uncomfortable, and you feel very vulnerable. But this card is validating that you are supported, that you are seen, you are heard, you are loved. It is time. It is time to embrace that vulnerability. Embrace that vulnerability. Don't try to push it away. Don't try to negate it. Just sit with it, be with it. Drop down into your heart and feel it. And know that you are not alone, that you are connected. Surrender to the inspiration. It is time. It is time. Because it is time for your way forward. It is time for you to get out of what no longer serves you. It is time for you to move beyond the seamless unspeakable. It is time for you to shine your magnificence. Mirror on your outside what is on your inside. Yeah. Because you are a starseed. You are of the light. You are higher vibrational frequency. You are on this planet at this time to share your light. For some of you, that means sharing your art, sharing your writing, sharing your journey, creating videos. For some of you, it's about being the best version of yourself with the people around you. And allowing the people who can't get on board with that best version of you, who doesn't allow them to criticize and judge them anymore, then it's time for them to go. Let them go, light and love. So for some of you, there are going to be some changes in relationships, family members, partners, work wife or work husband. Because your light is shining and it's time. It's time. That's what these, that's surrender to your journey, whatever your journey is. That's what these energies have been about. It's time to close that old version of yourself. Step out of who everybody thought you were and who you were trying to be to keep up with that image. Letting that image go. Now it's about coming forth in the new way. Being vulnerable. Because now it is time to reach beyond the mind, reach beyond the ego, get into awareness of who you are. Scary, scary stuff. Big stuff. Big stuff. The way that throat chakra is lit up, it just makes me feel like it is time for you to speak. time for you to be you. And just let go of the old. It's like shedding that skin that no longer serves you, that skin of who you aren't anymore. And for many of you, you've been trying to hold on to it. You've been trying to like not let it fall away because it's uncomfortable and it's scary and oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? It's time. It's time. You came to this earth plane at this time, and it was never going to be easy. But now you've been through a lot of the growth. You've been through a lot of the ascension. For many of you, you are coming to a middle or closer to the end of the spiritual awakening. And so now it is about embracing it. And yeah, you feel vulnerable because it's all brand new. But it's time. It's time because you're being called. Spirit is calling you to be you, to be the best version of you, to be the new version of you, to read the books and find the gurus and find whatever spiritual material really calls to your soul to take you to the next level, because it's time. It's time for you to be the call of the muse. It's time. And so for some of you, you're having dreams and you don't know what they mean. Keep a dream journal. For some of you, you're getting that intuitive, I know what I know, but I don't know how I know. It's time to learn to trust and act on that. For many of you, you've been getting intuition for a very, very long time. And you've always kind of fluffed it off. Spirit is here saying no more. We're bringing you into alignment to what is for you, and it's time. It's time for you to be and do what you were called here to be and do. Feeling the world, feeling the massive shift in consciousness and perspective that's going on, and being a part of it. Being a part of it. Even if you're just affecting your small corner, your small workplace, your small family. If you're being the beacon of light for even just one person, it's all that matters. It's all that matters. Because it is time for you to shine through. It is time for you to shine through. Love yourself. Believe in yourself. Drop down into your heart. Share the love and compassion. Be compassionate to yourself. Because it's time. It's time to shine through. Your light has always shined through, but now you're recognizing where it's shining through. And now it's time for you to embrace it and amplify it and use it in your own life. Because when you're living in alignment, you're going to be the model for others who will drop down in being compassionate, who will drop down in and being the model in their own little sphere. And that's how it works. One pebble at a time, we send those ripples out. It's time. So this week, massive, massive energy, middle to the end of the week. It's going to slow start, but then it's going to take off. You are a part of it. This is part of your journey. Embrace it. And when you're feeling vulnerable, do not get into fear. Drop down into your heart and know that you are in the right place at the right time. All right, guys, I'm sending you so much love, so many blessings, and we'll talk to you soon.